Hello everyone. First of all, I want to apologize for the lack of content on my channel lately. I've been taking a lot of time to work on some animations and original content for the future of the channel, and that is proving to be very time consuming. I recently decided to partner with the brilliant Derek Jackman, whose channel I will link below, to create an original web series called Mysteries of Kruger Mansion. Derek had the opportunity recently to have a fun little chat with one of our returning voice actors who you may be familiar with. Before I let Derek take over, I just want to say super quickly that I will be uploading a new teaser for Kruger Mansion sometime tomorrow, so keep a lookout. Once again, thanks for sticking with me, and I hope you guys enjoy the interview.
Hello, my friends! It's me, your host, Derek Jackman, and welcome to this channel. Today I have with me a very special guest, but before I dive into this is an individual that I've been able to collaborate with through the channel Blue Productions. And as you can see right now, this is on Blue Productions itself. So I'm not the creator of Blue Productions, that would be Adam, but I was given the permission to conduct this interview with one of his main voice actors who we were not only working with in the past, but we're working with right now as we speak. So today I have with me the one, the only, the man, the myth, the absolute legend, Ben Potter, aka Duckbeard. Welcome, Mr. Ben Potter. How are you doing today?
Hello there. I'm doing quite well.
So I do have a couple questions for you, but before we do that, let's do some icebreakers real quick. Ben, tell me a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Well, I'm 19, the usual socially awkward college person, as you mostly know. I'm trying to go into psychology, but I think it's quite obvious that I'm trying to go towards acting.
Tell me a little bit about your experience auditioning for Blue Productions for the very first time. What was that like?
It was obviously pretty scary. I honestly wouldn't have done it if my best friend hadn't told me, yeah, you should totally go for it. I like your voice too. You should try to go for that old man character. So I went like 3 days before it was ended. Or no, it was like 3 weeks before it was ended. I went into my Nana's closet, closed all the doors, hid inside like all of the menagerie, and just tried to record as best I could on this crappy little mic I had connected to my phone. Oh man. And then Blue messaged me out of the blue days later saying, "Hey, you were great. I want to give you a spot, but I don't know what to give you yet, so keep in contact." And I was flabbergasted, truly amazed. And Blue himself was an awesome dude, really kind, really understanding. And then I got to meet all of you guys, and we became like a family of sorts. It's something else, dude.
It really is. You know, I had kind of a similar experience where I auditioned with my friend Tanner, and we were just kind of goofing around, being our normal selves. We submitted the video, and he even commented in the comment section. He's like, "I don't think you fit any of the specific roles that I have, but I still want to cast you guys." And so he made Lewis. There was Lewis right after that.
Yeah, Lewis, my boy.
I mean, I'm here to protect you, though. You're the star of the show. And speaking of being the star of the show, we're actually going to jump into the future of Reynold Chaddington. But before we do that, I think all of us want to know. Everybody wants to know this, okay? You got a very seductive voice, and I think we can answer this question just based on the interview itself. But what are the origins of your accent, and is it your normal voice?
The accent itself is not my normal voice, but this indeed is my normal speaking voice. As for the origins, I just eventually grew a deeper voice, and I realized that after reading for certain people, for like English class reading, say, I think it was The Great Gatsby, where everyone had to group read, and I wanted to read the narration portion. I realized I really liked it, and people seemed to really like it, so I continued with the voice, and eventually the Reynold Chattington has kept with me all these years. I think it started when I was 14, 15.
And this is how legends are made. Speaking of which, I know you touched on this a little bit beforehand, but how was your experience with collaborating with all of these voice actors that you got to know for the very first time?
Most of them are just kind of like me, where they're excited, maybe a bit new to voice acting, or they're just cool people in general, a little bit socially anxious, I can tell, but that's same with me, so we're all in the same boat there. All in all, we all definitely seem to get along really well whenever we collaborate or hang out or when we're just talking in group chat.
Well, following up on that question and answer, what are some principles? What are some takeaways? What have you learned from your fellow co-stars that you've been able to apply not only in your career but in your life?
Ooh. Well, I think some specifics, I guess I'd say, is our good friend Veronica, who played Bridget in the original Total Drama Reunion. She has this consistently upbeat attitude. She's definitely an extroverted person, and I kind of try to take from that as well. I try to out there a bit more because she seems to do it so easily and so well. Just in general, all of my other coworkers or friends, I suppose I could say, are really cool people. Noah H is cool. Jessica, who played Lashana. Jakudo definitely is an awesome person.
I think the beauty of this cast was we all became just such a tight-knit group. We became a family. And I remember in a lot of the group chats, we would talk about how in 2020, it was kind of a rough year for a lot of people, but this group that we had, the collaborations that we had, the friendships and the bonds that we formed, that was probably one of the biggest highlights of many of our lives for that year, at least. And because of which, I can see us all collaborating so much in the future and just never losing that bond and that friendship that we formed. Such as like, I've learned a lot from like Ken Coy and how optimistic she is, Michael, how intelligent he is, but from you as well, just how talented you are and how easy it is to collaborate with you because of this defining quality that you have, which is just humility. And I think that is such a rare quality to find in this kind of an industry. And that's also a reason why we just can't lose you. Like, we're not losing you and we're not going to get rid of you. And that leads us into the next question.
Oh gee, you're going to make the charmer blush.
Speaking of which, we do have this new show that's coming up. It's called The Mysteries of Kruger Mansion. You may have heard of it. And for those of you who are hearing this for the very first time, I encourage you, because by the time this interview comes out, the second teaser for this show will be displayed on Blue Productions channel. So I encourage you to go check it out. But going off of that, when you received the call that Reynold Chattington was to return and be carried over from Reunion to the series Mysterious, what was going through your mind? What were your thoughts on that?
Well, I think the very first thing that was coming on my mind was fireworks, because I was so ecstatic that I got to play the same character in this new show, and I got to continue doing my very favorite suave voice that I'd like to do. Wow. I still can't thank you guys enough for inviting me on this new project, because it seems, from the teaser trailer that we know is already out, go check that out too, it already looks really cool, and I can't say much, but from what I know, it looks really, really cool, and you guys have an awesome idea in the works, and Blue is really working hard on all the animations and artwork and stuff. Oh man, thank you guys so much. You guys are so talented.
We appreciate being able to collaborate with you. It's just a privilege that we all kind of stumbled upon each other. But going on that, with the limited information that you can give, obviously we had Mr. Ben Potter sign an NDA, which is a non-disclosure.
I cannot say it much, but
with giving just a small taste to the audience, what can you say about Kruger Mansion?
I can say it's going to have mysteries and a very interesting cast of individuals that may or may not win or lose.
So are you saying that this is a competition inside of a mysterious mansion?
Perhaps.
And so what would you classify the genre of this show?
A mystery competition. Definitely drama, too.
So I think there's a huge difference between watching thriller movies and being able to act behind the scenes in thriller movies. So with kind of this new experience of jumping into voice acting on a thriller competition, what's the difference between this project right now and the project that we worked on before with Reunion?
Well, with Reunion, let's just say there was definitely an aura of fun, fancy. We all know what we were getting into. But with this one, there's still the fun. There's still that freedom. But there's more mystery behind what's going on. Despite my non-disclosure agreement, I know little to nothing about what's going on. And that's exciting to me. Truly interesting.
I love it because I'm asking you all these deep questions, but Ben's just kind of grasping at straws because he knows a little bit, but he as far as
I'm
the
trying,
whole
man.
universe. Yeah.
I'm trying.
With the experience of being cast in not only Reunion, but being cast in Kruger Mansion, the series Mysterious, what advice do you have for aspiring voice actors who want to be in a position that you're in right now?
Don't worry about the little things. Just try and put yourself out there. Who knows, you might become the main character or something because we like your voice or we like how good you can do. If you have no experience, who cares? Maybe you can learn some experience by getting into this, or even just trying to learn some experience. You'll find out if you really like to do this or not. And that's what matters.
We have a cast of 24 individuals, 22 to 24, and the first 15 roles will be up for auditions. So the little auction of figuring out who we're gonna cast is gonna be out in just a couple days. What advice do you have for people who want to audition for this specific show?
You will have a great experience, even just auditioning for it. Definitely try to find something that either calls out to you or maybe you see yourself in that role. You'll do a lot better that way, that's for sure.
Well, I appreciate it. Those are all the questions that I have for you. Honestly, very profound answers. Thank you for joining me today, Mr. Ben Potter.
Well, thank you very much for having me, Mr. Derek.
It's honestly a pleasure. It really is. And if you are interested in joining this cast and are looking for an opportunity to collaborate with Blue Productions and with the people who are a part of the cast itself, feel free to keep your eyes out, keep your eyes peeled for the new videos that will be released this week concerning the auditions. And like Mr. Potter said, find someone who matches you, because we're not only just looking for talent, we're looking at voices who just match the personality and the character itself. So if you feel like you're not good enough, just give it a try. Give it a try. when I auditioned, and I don't know if Ben can agree with me on this one, but I felt very inadequate, and I didn't think that I was going to get a role, but I gave it a shot. I shot my shot, and it paid off in the end, and I got to meet such amazing and stunning people such as Ben and the rest of the cast from Reunion.
I definitely agree with all that. Just shoot your shot. You may or may not get in, but you'll have fun doing it. That's for darn sure.
Exactly. And if you want to see more content, then feel free to subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Blue Productions, because this cartoon will come out of the woodworks. It's being produced right now, and as soon as we have a cast, it's go time.
Subscribe to Blue. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you with an audition. Have a good night.